All right, this morning I'm gonna be rekeying about that many cylinders. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The house is new to them. I'm also gonna be installing my favorite Schlage digital deadbolt. I'm gonna be putting a passage knob below that. I'm gonna be furnishing 2 deadbolts, and one of them has to be installed from scratch. Good little job to start the morning off. Come on. So right off the rip, I'm running into something. Well, first of all, you saw the cutouts for the doorknobs. They're actually not cut out. This is back in the 50s where people didn't have hole saws or whatever, or anyway, it's not properly cut out. Okay, the door is not properly prepped for the doorknob. They just cut enough to make the doorknob work. So people buy a house like this and then they go to Lowe's and buy a doorknob thinking they're just going to stick it in and replace. No, because it doesn't fit the exact cutout that they did for the old ones. Also, look at this cheap. This is some cheap new set brand stupid crap. It's on the quickset keyway, but look, my factory quickset blanks don't even go in, right? But my duplicate quickset blanks, you know, they go in. Crap like that, man. You know, this stupid mess. But you run into that out here in the streets, okay? So what I'm gonna do now, they're not gonna get any factory quicksets. They're gonna get all duplicates. So that'll solve that. Just a quick overview. Deadbolt where there didn't used to be one, that had a block off plate. So I recommended let's do that. There's a rekey there. Schlage digital deadbolt, passage knob, a non-locking passage. Rekey. Deadbolt from scratch, rekey. All right, got it, good. I'm installing this cheap, super cheap deadbolt. I just rekeyed it, I'm putting it back on the door. If you ever get to where these right here, the thumb turns are hard to turn, I'll tell you, hold it in your hand with it so that that part's not touching your hand. Pop it one time. You'd be surprised what that does. Oh yeah, see, it like frees it up. It kind of, it relaxes it a little bit, okay? Brings some life back into it. Little trick I've been doing for years, come on. This is old cheap quickset style hardware, but you can see these little, you know, this is, I've already rekeyed this. I'm gonna snap it in. And you know what holds it in? And it does an amazing job of it? These little things where that I'm showing you right here. Of course, these flex, you know, so they pop in. I'll show you. She good. Also, if you look, I like this weather stripping. It's made into the door edge. Look, it goes all the way around. You know, look at these corners. And that's metal flexible stripping that goes in, it makes into this channel. A lot of times if you have trouble with the door shutting, it's because this channel's bent and people don't understand what's going on. Or it'll be mashed. Yeah, see, this is, you know, kind of mashed a little bit. Look, it's even built into let me show you this. It's even, look, machined into the door edge to accept the male side of that weather stripping. I mean, you know, that's back when, you know, wind ain't coming through there. You know, that's good stuff. I like it. Okay, also working on this outside door. Look, it bumps like really bad. Look, I mean, so I'm gonna do my classic trick of putting a longer, nicer screw in the top hinge. And I bet you it picks it up, but you don't wanna go too long or a lot of times you'll hit, well, I think there's wood. Anyway, I'm trying to hit a new 2x4 behind this. Well, let me just show you what I'm trying to do here. Yeah, you can kind of see in there. I'm trying to hit the stud, if there is one behind that, and lift this door. Let me just hush, I'll show you. Look, problem solved, look. Good. So I've got the digital lock on. This is gonna be the most used door. You know, you park your car in the carport, you come in here. So I wanna focus on making this door better if I can. Like it was like I was telling you about the weather stripping. You know how it's machined out and it was rubbing, and look, it's even got like where they stopped it and then started it back. It's kind of odd, but they, you know, they cut out for it here. Anyway, I put 2 longer screws up here, and then I went around and tightened every one, and it totally worked. It sucked the door that way, And man, this thing closes amazing now. Like it was all binding and rubbing. Look, it even bounces back on its own. So now I can dial it in. See, I haven't done any of this work, the strike work yet. You want to get it closing perfectly first, and before you proceed. Okay. So this is where the strike currently goes. I want it to be like right. I want it to move back a little bit, like half a screw hole length. So I'm gonna take these. I take these wooden skewers from the dollar store, and I'll break them off in that hole, and that'll let me punch a new hole, hopefully between, well, you can tell several holes. I want my new one to be in between the two. So it's hard to do sometimes, but these help. Oh, I came to get another skewer. Look, she makes pickles. She left me a homemade jar of sweet pickles, she said. So before I pound this skewer in the door, I gotta eat a pickle with it. Oh, bruh. Bruh. Hell yeah. You look out for them, they look out for you. Oh yeah, I've got it in the perfect place. Now I put my personal screws in there, because them stupid ones that come with them, you know, it might be tight when you leave, but in a couple months from them slamming it and it getting pulled on, stuff like that won't last. Look at that, perfect latching. And so now I go back with they're really like decking screws or something. Like that, you know, it's actually biting into some real wood, you know? And yeah, they don't countersink as good. Golly, I wish they did. I could actually countersink that a little more if I wanted to. All right, you can tell the same person put that in, put that stupid knob in over there. So now that I got this latching correctly, now I can work on my, you know, getting my digital lock to go in there like I want it to. You know, proper. I'm gonna start with that. All right, that's it. It took me too long to do this, but now it's perfect. You know, I've always said, do it. Treat this door like it's your mama's door. You know what I'm saying? Like something she's gonna have to deal with every day, and it will always pay off. Usually pays off. She good. My goodness, look how close that comes to that that stupid thing. Oh my goodness. Okay. What is that? Like oh, they don't even have a hook. That's for some old thing that's not even here anymore. Let me make that. All right, now I'm gonna do a deadbolt from scratch. As far as time goes, I got here at 9:30. It's now 11, and this is my last thing to do. I've already done all the keying, and I've done that other digital deadbolt. So we ain't too bad. I won't have to spend as much time on latching with this one, because it's already latching good. All right, got that hole, 1-inch hole. I'm gonna put this marking tool in there. It's already latching good. I'll get a mark. I'll use my hammer for that. Good mark. All right, got my cutouts. Moving right along. Just a quick test before I put the strike in. Yeah. Got the strike in, final test. She good. All right, that's done. It's 11:40, and we are out of here. And we got paid. Let's go.